Hello everybody, welcome to my new Sunday market breakdown. Okay, so we started DXY as usually on a weekly. So what we see on a weekly, we had our bullish momentum kicking in and we have now a weekly bearish candle close this week. So we are still bullish on the monthly because we have this higher low here that is keeping the price going up. So the bullish momentum kicked in from this monthly low. So we are still at this monthly bullish M here, so we can go to the upside. So we have that monthly bullish candle close. We go back to the weekly, and what we saw on the weekly is we have still this shoulder one, head shoulder two that can play out with that bearish candle close as an indication that we can tap the shoulder one zone. So this is a possibility. Or we can go back to the upside that we can make here this smaller bullish M first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg, because the daily is still also bullish. Because the daily is bullish, we have still this low, high, higher low, higher high. So everything between this low and high is just a correction for possible more upside momentum. That's what I can see. So I had this daily zone drew of previous week, so this daily previous structure, and it got tapped and we rejected from that with a bullish daily candle close. So if I go now to the 4-hour chart, what can you see? We rejected from that zone, so that's very nice. And now we are coming back. So what I want to see is if we come back and we can make here some diesel, then it will be nice to take. So that's what I can see right now for the moment. So, or we can go to the weekly reverse point, or we go further and we can make here a pattern or something like that for potential more upside momentum. That's what we can see, but we need to first step this daily zone for potential more upside momentum, or maybe the daily lows for potential more upside momentum, or the weekly inverted and shoulders zone for potential more upside momentum. So that's what I can see. Or we can just go to the downside straight. So we'll see what will happen. So USD-CAD, if I go on the weekly, what can we see on the weekly? We have already made that weekly bearish indicational candle close. So we cannot look anymore till the daily till the daily neutral M. So this is invalid anymore to take. So we want to see eventually maybe a shoulder one here, head shoulder two. This needs to develop a little bit more. So EURJPY widen. So on the weekly, what can we see on the weekly? We are still bullish on the weekly. We have here, sorry, I was not the monthly. The monthly still bullish, and the weekly also. We have this bigger bullish, and we have this low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So everything between this low and high is just a correction. As you can see, it's moving very correctively counter to the trend for potential more upside momentum. So yeah, so we went back to the upside. We made this shoulder one, head shoulder two here. We had the false break of these weekly lows, and we have then bullish momentum kicking in. So that's nice to see. What we can see further is we are at the potential weekly selling zone, but the weekly driver is bullish, so I can look still for bullish momentum. So on the daily, what I can see on the daily, so I will do this weekly zone gone. What we can see on the daily is we have this natural M, same highs. This week came till the same highs, so we expect same lows. So I want to see the price going back to the same lows, and from there I want to see a pattern. So on the 4-hour, I want to see here push to the downside, and then maybe some diesel here, or some pattern like this inversion and shoulders, or this bullish M here for potential more upside momentum. So that's what I want to see. If you have a FIB completion, I will see from the high here to the low. Yeah, we can have here maybe a FIB completion within it. So it's just between the minus 27 and 61.80, the daily zone is in it. So then Euro AUD. So if I go to the weekly, what can you see on the weekly? also still bullish. We have here still this low here, this high, higher low, higher high. This is just the false break of this higher low, so we are still bullish. We have that weekly bullish candle close, weekly bullish candle close still active, so we can look for still a daily pattern. So yeah, then on the daily, it's the same thing, the natural M, same highs, same lows. We already at this point, we have the natural M fake out. So if I go on the 4 hour and you can adjust your 4 hour zone, then I want to see on the 4 hour here a pattern. And what can you see already? We just touched this fake out zone 4 hour with a diesel, but we already received a diesel zone. We have here this first candle, second candle, third candle, possible fourth candle already can in play, but we have here a previous zone touch, previous structure touch, so it's not invalid anymore. So I want to see here some diesel below or just a pattern like this, a bullish M or inverse head and shoulders for like this maybe. Inverse head and shoulder, shoulder 1, head shoulder 2, that could be possible to take. So this is EURAUD, then GBP CHF. If I go on the weekly, the bearish driver is here against us. We have this like this high and low here. So the bearish driver is against us, but this high and low, sorry, this is the high and low. So yeah, it's against us, but we are at this weekly buying zone and we have still some space till this weekly highs here, or this weekly highs or beginning of correction here. So we have still some space to go there because we had all the time a bullish momentum kicking in. So yeah, we have still some space. So we have that weekly bullish candle close, 2 weekly bullish candle closes. Then I go to the daily, and on the daily we have that bullish M, the first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg, potential fifth leg. So that's very nice. We already have our indicational candle in our direction with us, the daily bullish candle close. We touched the daily IC. Between all the blue candles, you have one red candle, which works like a magnet. You have on the 4 hour then the kind of structural ascending trend line protecting your price. The descending trend line from the corrective structure, corrective channel got broken, so we can target the beginning of correction here, beginning of correction. So, and what we saw already was on GBP/CHF, we made a pattern already, the shoulder 1, the head, shoulder 2, momentum retest. So I expect the price that it can come back again to make this shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2 again, because this was just a momentum retest. So it can go also again make a pattern inverse and shoulder. So I'm still looking to GBP/CHF to take the limit. So then CADJPY, if I go on the weekly, what can you see on the weekly? We are still bearish. We have here this high and low. So this is our high and this is our low. This is one leg for me. And we have already a weekly bearish candle close with some kind of diesel, I guess. 1, 2, 3, and not. I will see if I take my horizontal line here with the magnet. And I will look closer. Yeah, it's not a diesel yet, but we have a weekly bearish candle close at the weekly high, so I can look for a daily pattern. And what I can see on the daily is a potential shoulder 1 here, head, shoulder 2. But the thing is about this trade is the shoulder 1 is bigger than the head, so normally we wouldn't take that. So then I want to see a bearish W instead. So that's what I want to see on CADJPY. Then NZDCHF on the weekly. What can you see on the weekly? On the weekly, you are still bearish from the high here to the low. This is our bearish chart. So what can you see now on NZDCHF? That we are at these lows and we had this bullish momentum kicking in. So I expect maybe some more bullish momentum with that weekly 2 bullish candle closes to go more to the upside. Then I went to the daily. What I saw on the daily was we have this potential shoulder 1 here, this double bottom, shoulder 2 with that bullish M pattern within a pattern. So that's very nice to see. Very nice. So I want to see here a daily pattern or a diesel on this on this daily shoulder 1 zone. So then NZDCAD, if I go to NZDCAD on the weekly, what can you see on the weekly? The weekly driver is still bullish. We have this low and this is our high. Everything between that is just a correction for potential more upside momentum. So it's very nice to see. We have already our weekly bullish candle close. We still have that potential smaller bearish W against us, but yeah, the weekly is still bullish for me. Weekly bullish candle close, so I expect some bullish momentum kicking in. And then I went to the daily, and what I can see on the daily is a potential shoulder 1, head shoulder 2, inverted and shoulder. So I want to see the price coming back to this shoulder 1 zone. So I went to the 4-hour chart, and what I can see is if we have a potential fib completion from the high to the low. Yeah, not that clear, so not yet, but I want to see just impulse to the downside, corrective nature, maybe inverted and shoulders potentially, diesel, yeah, maybe a bullish and also, that's what we want to see. So yeah, so then the last one is AUDNZD. If I go on the weekly, on the weekly, we are still bullish. We are bullish. No, we are. Yeah, we have this weekly bearish candle closes, so we can still go to the downside here. We have still this weekly bearish impulse to the downside, and it's just corrective nature here, ascending channel. We can go still to the downside. This weekly is still bearish because this is our highest week and we still didn't broke it, so still bearish. Then I went to the daily, and what I saw on daily was we have here our potential bearish W to form with that IC as daily zone of interest. So I want to see a daily 4-hour pattern on the IC, or we can have already before that a 4-hour pattern in the form of an like this inversion and shoulders, maybe potential more downside momentum. So that's what I want to see this week. Yeah, we need to have a lot of patience for some trades. So I hope you have a nice trading week, everybody. See you soon. Bye.